Mkwayina msengera bonse kuntumletambira kunonganda mulabasa ku Musanza TV na lero twabwera lupopo na no program yesu wa Natulande imefika konse kuntumuli pasande ne star 20 hours pana pa program tureta intungurushi shamwe kino cyalo nabambi abo abakwete kwa mashu ebenga kwa tukulanda kufira kitika mu kino cyalo mushikubwerero ninkwate shuko kunonganda mulabasa kupokerera aboni ba lawyer pakasita kamukene niba baba mufikansa fya cyalo ero pakasita kamukene nikateka watch panicha Zambia must prosper ba KELVIN FUUBE BWALYA ibo twalasho kulanda nabo pafe bare ipekanya no kwisutsunkanya kwisa mkusangwa ko mkusala ukukulesa muri umwaka ulesa wa 2026 baraturondorera ko pafyo manifesto nangure fikomo ife bakwata nchipani cyabo nefe bakesa bomfya ukutibenga kwata ukusumbure cyalo ukutwala pantanshi mapange ebakwete otwala kwa tukulansha nabo ubushiku ubwelero echo ndemirombo kuti munkonkenga parwendo mukulanshanya kwesu kanabesa namisengera mukulanshanya kuno
mkwayina totera bachalo na mwe ne ba komfwa wesu mwaiseni kuno
mkwai ichakubalira pokutina fire ukuyishiba bushe ichipani cyenu cha Zambia must prosper pali kano kasta chirishana
kwena tuli mutende mwe ichipani chire kula amapange tukwete nefya tulete tanya shonze kwena filenda febena mwalata mpoko tumona nomba mwalata mpoko tumfa nomba kaiti tolambo kwenda aba fyashi besu aba winino buntungu aba biri ati maisosere mayendere so tuli abantungu tolambo kwenda nomba yamkwaye
pakasita kano keno kulanda nga tulande ku kipani cyenu bushena mukwata ba membala abengi nangula intungurushi pamuru palya esho babengi batira maybe mu national management committee nangula mu central committee bushe bonse bana mbabika mu fitungu bwino pakati batampe kubombo muri
mko bonse opo bali natukwanini bachama nopo bali ba SG opo bali president opo bali ba vice president opo bali nama national crusade team members opo bali mwebe ni ataba mu MCC na pa national pomulelanda bonse natukwata mkwai
mkwai
nama 10 provinces bonse natukwata ma leaders natukwata ma provincial chairman provincial chair ladies youth chairman nama district nama constituents nokwefe pancha natuitenya kwena twali chitapo efinti twali fishi bamkwai so tulife win
mkwai pakasita kano twalishwa ko bati mubombera tsapa mona ba TONSE alliance mabamu mwampano pamona ba TONSE alliance bushobo bwampano bwenu bulenda shana
TONSE ilife bwenu nichfe half time for yaba lungu abalinga ba chairperson ba TONSE chiriro tachapita but ba vice chairman bali wero ko baire mukunda pa ko India wa professor Dani Pule so bafire babule chipuna chabonga ba chairman ifwe funde lyalanda chairman ngatali vice chairman afire abula chide chipuna nanguli omupando atampo kutungulura echipani cha TONSE so bapule na babwela so tuleba chetekera bali kwete ko vyo tumafya kupolelela nefya shala mwalishiba ngabakunda pa ufire wapopuluka ero waisa tampokwe bati utampe milimo bati no stand muna bali ready ones
mkwai mwali nali ninjisitega nali mara kuno mukunshi kushafumire ko mwali rando kutira mukaba pa ballot mutsunga ta pa ballot nangula mukeminina ukwisa mukusala kuti bakamisale ko abekala cyalo pamonga kateka ero namukwate chipani cyenu cha Zambia must prosper ero barumbi muri mukabungwe ka TONSE mukeminina pi
aba chitaluli morimo tuleva kwati twaba clear bakuti abena chalo belaba confused TONSE ni alliance TONSE te political party mu TONSE mwali ba mu political party na ifo muri omotwa so tufire twaipekanya umuntu wonse ngalea mukupa nango balea mukumupa nga bakashana balaipekanya oko tuleya mukufikansa vya chalo vya ma general elections parliamentary ne vya shara presidential parliamentary umeya muku ya pancha so kuitenya takwa bokuya ku boxing match tawite yenyeyo kuitenya. So if nga Zambia must prosper tureitenya. Tureba bena Zambia kwa we are ready. Na tuiposa mu ring we are ready. Aba ready mu TONSE tukachisa compete mu TONSE mu. Elo bakasala. Uja kusala fait pas table muntu tai ready. Ufuire kuimanina afuire kwata political party. Ufuire kuimanina afuire abani president wa party yakwe. Elo achita compete na banankwe. Elo basala. Parapeni but council of leaders tukasale. But ndefo kuishibisha kwa bina chalo. Elio abaya ashibale panga TONSE. Bali bikire motu bungwe tumo utushiri ama political parties yo. Tubungwe fye. Twali kwata insambu ya kulanda but tetuwe mani ne pa ballot. So nango tuinga fula. Abenge mani nampadia pa group opo tuli banono. Ewe pali ba ma political party yambi. Mulamu ne mutonse. Abashfu akuimanina. So fueba refo okuimanina. Tufile twaibika kuntansha tulefo okuimanina. Ewa abantu baishi batu bali ready. Pakusala basa bati no na uli alefo aya. Efo cha. So if wenga bazambia must prosper we are ready. Ngomona chilanjira mwalambo kutumfwa, mwalambo kutumona, mwala tutita judge, mwala pima mwebene. Kaili bunga balinga na menshi. Mwala mona bali ready. Tekula in fact in the ready. Ndefo kuteka. Uri ready musangonshi. Uri ready niwani. Uri ready ni experience yishukwete. Uri ready na kwata manifesto. Finshu lela ya bena chalo. Finshu de ulesa mukuchita. Ukuba ready. Teko batukula na fipakanwa. Abantu bakalamona uyikwena nalinga nangu italingire. Efo chifili yoko. So there is nothing wrong. Mwisakamana nokusakamana hiyo. Mulemu ine mutonse na tukwata bashoni tembo. Ngabalefu akuti bayimani. Mulemu mfa? Na tukwata balinga bapita chanda. Ngabalefu abale itutumbade na bokuti bayimani. Na bayimani. Na tukwata na yamba ma political parties. Aya bamusoma umubali. Basondo bali kwata party na bambi umubali. Bayilete ya papa bweru tumoni. How prepared are they?
No but ali mfa ko ba PF balandiro kutira uyo kemini na TONSE ticket afuira abani member la wa PF imweta muri ba member la wa PF mba mukemini na shani
ni bani balandire. The PF is just another political party. Mutonse. They cannot dictate if it chitika mutonse.
Pante eba pangire PF eba pangire TONSE.
Yo aba pangire TONSE. Niba Edgar Chagwalungu under ECL political movement PF yo mwirufyanya abantu mpo yo mutonse twakonkire mu ba ECL tatwakonkire PF ine pano ndiba chitalo. I was expelled from PF na labwele rashan ku PF afana ya pangire chipani chandi. Where are the rules which say pakuba president to feel a member of PF? Which rules? Iliyefunde takwaba tuirabe pa abantu na mwishofu chiri abapali kwa kuifinya ukuisetting nefya shala ndefo okweba bena Zambia bali abalefo okuleta efimfurunga nyumutonse muba mone na mapange yawo noko balefo okuya ifwe fwebe manini pachishinka turefo kuombera mutonse chila muntu na political party yako tukasala mulya mwine ushkwete party tukamwebata ukwete party yako imanina efo bola hii. So if you akweba tuwonzo tiye MPF nakana ine necho ndekani na nichi. One of the reasons na alieba bena Zambia kufumana kunu moku aba nkomkasana bala mweba. One of the reasons na fumine mu UPND alliance aka inde ichire momu nandi ata mpilo kweba tuule Zambia must prosper tuwike mu UPND nalikana. So ulela ndi if you know ambo kumfika kwa nyaka inde ichilemba if you balike efe tuwapangira ma political party wonse twalikuwa tamano ayapusana. So tekweba tinga twaikala tondolo nishatkwete efe akulanda tekweba tinga twaikala tondolo nshite twasuke leo tulefo okutoba TONSE abalera ndefyo ebalefu okutoba tonse muleba mona sana mwebena Zambia mutampi okumuna abantu abalefu aya okuimanina patishinka n'abalere tobona ushi abalera ndefyo babona ushi pandunga niba PF beka nshirefo okusebanya abantu pano nga batuba to join PF ni PF nshinala join vanjebe yakwa Chabinga yakwa Mao Sampa yakwa Given Lubinda which PF mu PF muri ama problems omonje join nchikwete amano ba PF nabo kwata mafia they should solve their problems ba puisha ama problem ya ube yaleta ku Tonse to apapata Tonse is clean echo ifenga ba Zambia must prosper turebera bena Zambia nge chalo bonfwe Zambia must prosper ifo turefo kuimanina taturefo kulufyania ba PF nga bawamya ama problem bakwete bakesa tusanga lero estima nalima Zambia must prosper estima nalima ulefwa akatusanga inshitata tukwete echo nalero mbera kuli family y'abalungu kuli ba mawe ba Esther bankashi y'abalungu ba Betha n'abana mwe inshitata tukwete tukakuleni tuambie okwenda nalilomba so ifona tuambo okwenda ifefe mwatampo okula umfwa kuli abo abalelanda okweba ati yo kama waba PF which PF ni PF nchi muri mu makoti tuingiremo na ifwe we can't we don't want to get involved in that we are an independent political party within Tonse but we are ready ngatabali ready bakatusanga
namba kuri pere nga ifumuleti ba PF bari mu makoti nabakwata mafia ntubaleshingwana nayo ngechipani kuri pere
that you just remove them
completely.
Completely. We just put them on so that you're free. We have 15 minutes. So we just pick it from his question. So we start from him, cut away, then we go to Mr. Stein. That's okay? Mm-hmm. Okay? In 3, 2, 1, you're on.
Nomba kana bisa chikabashani kuri pere pantu muleti mu PF muri amafia ntibashingwana nayo ngechipani eyo nomba nayo nshitana mulando kuti ile butuka ile ya pantange tamukweta akashitaka kuti mwironganike bwino nshitana ipwa nomba chikesa bashani kuri pere nga chakwa twa PF bakasango bare shingwana na mafia moyene ni shinomba nshitaya kusana na ifika mukafumamo mutonse mukemine mweka pachipani chenu nangu mukachiri mukekadira kopera
kana nayo mubachitaru munetesha ba PF ngatabali ready ili nchita bakatusanga bakesajena na muchipani chesu aba chifuye kuba kaituro bombera pamo ngachinshita shupa ifota tukenye ba PF na alikweterali kundolo na tuele manifesto na liebere chalo chonse ba PF they are not our enemies tatulerona ba PF yo banensu na ma political party yonse aba mutonze banensu lelo ine ndefo kweba bena Zambia I have run elections ine at a national level na lishwa planning of chaba ngata witenye if you're not ready ukeza isanga muri mwa munini so ifote titwika tule lolela timpaka ba PF baka be ready tefo chaba ba PF bakatusanga ngata bali ready baka to join kaitu lipamo unless tabalefo ku to join then chika monego kweba kanshi balefo ku to batonse ifota tulefo ku to batonse we want to work within Tonse but we can't wait that waambe fyo kulalolela timpaka ba PF baka be ready tachachitike tefa ma politics yenda inshitata tukwete ba PF ayama problem bachitalu nshilefo kuikata kosana bashileni bakapwe ama problem yawo ofo balero ba Mao Sampa balero na Chabinga babike pokulwa na dimbinga tabale mfana na Given Lubinda fyabwe efyo ineshilefo kuingiramo echo ndishibe chako but mutonse tulibonse but as a political party unless you're blind unless you're impofu you can see their problems there kubaleka bane ayama problem pusha nyeni nomba inena tampa ko lwendo ichiwe mbachitila ulwendo lwamu ipi kubangila tufule to bangira chinshitolole tetitulole ba PF lelo akashita ichiwe mbachimo chine chitila umukalamba tabamulange chintelelwe nati chishiba experience ine ndemweva I've got experience in running elections inshitani mona ninchita calculate that kwete so we've got to start running tufire tuambo kwenda abena Zambia cho balefu ani leadership it doesn't matter ngofumine MPF so long as uli mutonse abena Zambia balero lela they are looking for leadership tien tubapele leadership I hope nasukecho emkwaye
tufume kudirira shi batira kabangirire takano ne mfundwa namutendeko bulendo kuya
akabangirire kabika uminepulu emkwaye
namutendeko bulendo kuya pantanshi bino nechipanche cha Zambia must prosper nomba fiko monchi fintu mukwete nangora muchisungu batira ati manifesto iyo muletwala ku bantu patikano kasta ndefa tubalire poneki ubuchushi nabukira mu cyalo nishira nshimukesa afurishamo ukupwisha ubuchushi nangufiko monchi fintu mukwete muri manifesto ngufiko mufyenu ifike safu ako ukupwisha ko ubuchushi buri ko patikano kasta
icho iliyo lipishiri kankala mwana mpela kwenshita ifoto alikuwa tefikomu mu manifesto yesu ngaba Zambia must prosper ama pillars tuimani nepo 1 energy ama light na fuel pantu ifi efchiterani economy engine ukwabula mafuta imyoto katashakende ama truckster yakende ama steamer yakende indicate shakende so tulafaya amafuta petrol diesel paraffin nefyashala filafwa iko number 2 ama light so apa epo tuwebat energy this will be one of the anchor pillars number 2 infrastructure amakule ukukule emisebo ukukula efipatala ukukula amaskulu ukukula fyonse filefwaikwa efe tuingabo mfyange echalo so that we can develop nokuba mfya pakti ichalo chiwe chasumbuka nobunonchi bule moneka number 3 agriculture ubulimi apo pena tukesa imba na meno na bena Zambia nalisho abena Zambia balafu okubomba bela babepesha ti abena Zambia babunangani tamba pele nchito bakwato bunanganisha number 4 pama pillars tulelanda so that mumfuikisha icha number 4 sana echo tukesa womfya ifu ngaba Zambia must prosper banjirele komkwa nicho cho tule kuliana kodi moli kola shupi
mkwai kukuisha chef
niyo fine mkwai so ichikankala chako ngamakota ma pillars ngaya mwashwa pakwe batapa kwambira ni hapa ero mwasa tampano mba development nomba nishi twetampira na energy twetampira na energy pantu ngatamukwete amafuta tamukwete ama light chonso cho mulefu okutata chakachi sorry ncha chirumbo cha number 4 ni mining icha number 4 ni mining ngatamukwete amafuta nangu muleshita amafuta nangu ama light at a very expensive rate tamangasha develop amafuta na ama light fifwire fyaba at an affordable price so to therefore kusachi improve ifi the sourcing oko tukala afunya amafuta ni kui na tuishuwa bati ba UPND pali nonshita bali amba nechibusa na ba agrofuel bale ibila bena Zambia bale lila bena Zambia indalama pamutwe kula nini ko mutengo wa fuel bazesco pali nonshita bale tuwepo bati bale chita maintenance wufi bale chitishama right. You're killing the industry in Zambia, you're killing manufacturing, you're killing the agriculture industry muno Zambia. So nangumulefu development, there will be no development if energy is not there or energy is too expensive. If we tackle the energy sector. Number 2, infrastructure. Muli fyonzo fyo mwachita wachitaru mufire mwaishu watu mufire mwakwato kushitisha nangumushite. So you will need infrastructure emisebo, you will need apa kwendera ifiringa ba rail line ama stima yale enda, you will need indekeshile enda ukutwala emiti ifya kulya finshi kubantu bonse. So to move the goods and services we need good roads, we need infrastructure ituntu muri infrastructure mwini tukule muna mayanda awe na Zambia. If you remember during the MMD government bachiru babali kwete policy yako batatushtisha mayanda ma councils ayengi yalishitisha amayanda. So right now there's no pool yama houses yama councils. We must rebuild tukuli amayanda yambi aya government na yama local councils batampi kwa kufunya kalusangu. So infrastructure will be very important. Population ile kula, we need more schools, more colleges, more universities. That is also part of infrastructure. Na chimbe muli infrastructure ichikaba very important is communication. We need ama towers ayengi. We need kulalanda na abantu because goods and service must move at a faster pace. But communication na if they were very very important. Na tuafuma patu akuli agriculture. Agriculture is the biggest employer muli chino chalo cha Zambia. We have the numbers, we have the statistics. Chino chalo chino is 752,000 square kilometers. We've got arable land. Not kwata menshi, not kwata na human capital. Iya bantu, a very nice youth. 82.2% of this country niwa youth abashikwe tenchito tukabatuma mukulima nokuba pele nchito. We are going to do what we are going to term as production cities. Ama production cities in the agriculture sector will mean nga mwakwata raw material oyo mwakusha as a crop. There must be value addition immediately. Mupe people paying as a factory. Nga fyesho abakuna Kambala Sugar Estate mule kushe fisali apa mule panga sugar efo chifili okuba. Nga mwakusha tobacco apa mfune mule panga fuaka efo chifili okuba. Nga mwakusha cotton apa mpepi pafile pawa ichakupangile chakufuala nangu factory yakupange pepala because ichimuti echipanga filia munavovo ndirana. Nga mule kusha ama groundnuts mfune mwakwata oil factory mule panga cooking oil mule panga sopo nefile fumakulia. That's value addition. Number 4, mining. Mining is a very strategic sector muli chino chalo cha Zambia because mining kale tuatampa kale lelo ubuno nchitabo moneka muli chino chalo na reason ifwenga bazambe must prosper na tusanga yakwebati amafunde eyo ama colonial masters batushira muli chino chalo. They are against development. Amafunde abena ama colonial masters batushirira abasungu aba mukolonyo up to now bala to control amafunde yarabasha inendindubulira na alifiberenga filia. So we must change those laws. We call them economic laws. Land law, if we are change. Surface rights, pamulu, na mining rights panshi, tufile tuwa munapo. Ni pesa wasungu basha, katriki, tukachinje. Ngamule imbomu kuba. Mule munama tracks yale pita mchalo muno. Mfile unaule misebo nefi ya shala. Fish, nishinga ile shala muno. Tapari. Change those rules. The rules of engagement must change. Abadi abasungu bali tusha bali tukoma. Agriculture bali koma. Mining bali koma. Commerce and trade bali koma. Wafya tawakwata. So we must change these economic laws so that if wenga bena Zambia tukwate ukula kwate ubunonji. For example, we must insist umukuba wesu taufide ule ya London mkushitishiwa. London Metal Exchange finish tutumi no umukuba ku London.
Mwakulashitisha kwe.
Kuno kwene kuzambia. We can make our own metal floors kuno kwene kuzambia. Awu level okwisa mkushita asa mkushita kuno. So that indala mashire shana muni chino cha. Bala tunyengerera abasungu because ngabali shisho mukuba tatuishiwe ndala mabashitisha hapo. Blesa mkutu wepati natupanga ma losses tatushitishe bwino but umukuba nawuya bufi tufule tuamuna. Number 2, tufule tuwahewa badi abantu kwebati ifwe ama taxes tatulefu okula chitefe bale chitabambia ifwe tax yesu tukalapo kabla peni tukalaka no mukuba pala peni nga mwaima tawula afuma mu Zambia tuwakana ngani 40-60% tuwakana ifwe yesu tulefu okuyishitishisha tukwatendala mashire isa muli chino chano twakalolera ama taxes uko kubasungu bali tuwepa fingi bachita mukuba na mining rights bali onaula. 2, tulefa mining mwinyumu tukawonfya ZCCM IH ukuyibonfya nomba ikasanguke as a venture capital company. Venture capital company is one which is going to prospect, going to conduct geological survey reports and then come up with a bankable document. Ile bankable document mwingachita float pa London Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, Singapore Stock Exchange ama investors babika mwendalama na mpera example ele ba Equinox bayishire kuno bayishire bati balefwaya lumwana mine baye bati balabika mu $2 billion after bachama feasibility prospecting geological reports nefa wapanga bankable document bayile ikitisha Equinox to a company in Canada a $7 billion document fie ukolanga fya tupali mkuba ushako inefa ifote tuchite bachitalu te tuchite pantu pali ino nchitana tuchita discover gold kumufumbwe gold oko yaba kumumbwa gold na bachita discover kuli wa chief Chikwanda kumpika gold oko iliku Eastern Province. We can have ZCCM-IH take over those gold mines, do bankable documents after prospecting and geological reports, do bankable documents, then go and float. Tule wule ndala mashila isa munichino chalo tuilashtisha mukuba outside nefe balashtisha tuishive. Also muni chine cha mining tufueto abika mwama rules. Some of the rules must be stringent and difficult for the investors, but for example inendi nduburu ilande mewe takuwa baloyo ukafuma ku London ku South Africa ku America akese imani na mkoti mno Mzambia twalisa lecho unavufundira nda tufuire twaishiba ukwabati padiopo bale weekend alama padia udiaunse ulefu okuba chief financial officer mu mining company tufuire na oto ayibati afuire wa Zambian to protect the accounting profession, because Zambian must be tied up with the office of the accountant general, so that I should go at Ngalu Fianya Ngale for Sungu Kuibendela Mamulichino Chalo Kumuka Kanava Sungu. There are certain rules we can put up, even in management. We can't have our Sungu Bade Safikunok from South Africa, Vanina Fiendeke, Vamoniva Shanta Boy. Abena Zambia kwa nate tuwachitevi.
No marondera sana pali ya shidia ili amikubana fintu mkesa chitanga mabwela. Ushobo afya baba pesa. Abena Zambia bengi bale pusha. Because pantu udi onso ule fo kuisa teka. Ame onso abafe pamukuba. Endile chichinga pantu icharo chonse chonse alikuwa temi kube amabwaye ngeole satu pera. Nomba nangu tuwamibika po nangu tuwabika po nangu tuwabika po aba. Ikia shirika bandi morine imikubata akapera abantu fumarika biloko tulenga poke biloko fumakumiko
tachaka befu mufini ndela ya pabena Zambia hapa inena kulira kopala
patu bonsa abantu
balanda palile ya mwinshinsha njirani yayo mwinshinsha nakana inena kulira kumufulira ndi wakumufulira ino na afyalirwa kumufulira na alishofu kopa itwafwa na alishofu omukuba utwafwa ba emerald ba nani fyo nalishofu babomba ba gold ba cobalt nalishofu babomba nefyo benga bomba ndeto telafie abafyashi abakwete kino kyalo ngama first leaders batusambidisha mwachipusha problem yaba pesa problem yaba leadership ubuchenjeshi nobukuruku ngefitule muna muri ba UPND umunandi ali amba nekibusa ne bamwisa problem akwete so tetafwaye bamwisa baluse indalama bamukoka ni indalama uko kufyalo. President wesu is a businessman alikuwa taba nanka ba businessman no watangisha kuntanchi muri efficiency nangwale mweba naisule migodi nakwata mo share emigodi ale isula alitwangisha kwa abantu
tatwarande sana pantu teti tabariko parikano kasoko ipokoro lako
mukaye muipusha
lero tsikala mbetso ndefu aturo keshapo cha kutira amabwe bonse balanda pamwonge fina chilanda balanda pam amabwe chalo chali kwata amabwe ba PND bali mu opposition bali lero kesha pamabwe na bobeni ba PF bali mu opposition bali lero kesha pamabwe nimbina bali nipe beni bonse bali lero kesha pamabwe nombele longa mwa mu meka shi abantu lero aya mabwe twakwata abengita bale mona ubukumu waba mweyo
chikwenda tamumfire fona londolo na tamumfire mo difference mukutontonkanya mufyo ndelo ndolo bachitalo muletesha ndetira nati umuntu ngatakwete plan umuntu takwete vision tapale kuengesa achita akainde ichile ma community house kulya abaiche bali mukonkera ngaifo ba Jeroboam kesa chitapo shani yo tukampeno tuma small scale licenses tukampeno tuma artisan licenses lo mukafa eba investor bakese mpo. Why do you have to look for investors? Balabe ni abaiche bafundeni mining so that we can have skills muno mwine Mzambi bashimaini abachitarita abengi sana abenga funda abayichebali mining nomune Mozambique. Second, why is it that ZCCM-IH cannot go and bring back if it wale chitamuma mako? Set up another company called Memako. Tutampi okula ashita kuli warabe ni mule itata ma illegal miners. Bajarabo inende mulaya tukabombera chapamo. Pantu ninchi wo buchushi mule pitamo. Bajarabo tukabombera chapamo because mulemba tukalashita omukuba kuli imwe bene. Nafido okweba tapere bajarabo ama license ama artisan yale bacha promise. Kuya mukubepa afe kumufumbu. Kuya mukula bapamaula. Fionso fo bacha discover kuya bafunyapo bapera ama Chinese. Kuya bafunyapo bapera abana nko abasungu. We can't have that. Abena Zambia bakalira poshani. Bakalira poli rali. Pamukuole saba pera muchalo chabo. We can't have that. Ni leadership a problem. Eri akainde ichirema. Ali mu opposition. Alese kaba PF. Atwali kwata problem because tabatontonkanya. Ewa akwata fya manoeka. 4 years. Finish to amuna mu leadership yako. Mano nshitwa munamo. Inecho nde mulaya. Umuntu nga tatontonkanye pali problem. Taitenye. Tetia solve problem. Efina nachira mweba chimukura twachifuma. Tulea kuma election. Mulefu atulea enda pa fimo fino. Ifo nga bazambia mas prosper na tuimo bulendo. Ulefu aka tusanga. Ngata ulefu ashala kunu. So ifo na tukwatama answers. Ngatu afuma hapo. These 4 pillars mwachinji push up. Tuashimpa. There will be byproducts. If abatila ma byproducts, if kalafu mamu one, the educational sector will improve because we need to change the educational sector. Educational sector from primary school right through nankutambe nursery, primary tufile twachinja ama syllabus. Tatufile to wala funda fyaba nokushita memorize fintu. Tufile to wafunda ba nokusambirira nokutampo kutontonganya palo abo. If you are file chita develop file chita. China, Singapore, Korea, by India, they moved away from that model. Watampiro kula fundaba na babugu itontonkanisha. Not to kula chafe memorize. David Livingstone discovered the Victoria Falls. David Livingstone died in 1873. What does that do with the price of bread? Useless. Let's go and discuss if not just memorizing facts. How is this going to change this? How is this going to change this? Effort for the today we should put up what we call Silicon Valley. Muno mwine Mozambia. Abana beskuti bapanga apps. Abana beskuti bapanga phone. Umukuba ni fwetu kuete. Why can't we do it? Abana beskuti bapanga fridge, kuti bapanga TV. We don't need to send those minerals outside the country. We need 3, 4, 5 companies competing with Zamefa. We need 5, 6 companies wale panga bullets nempoto. Muno mwine mchana. Not kwate mikuba. Finish to a. So education must improve. Number 2, our health sector will improve because now we're going to have a base not to attend dalama. But we show mukubani if you are shara films. And if you also to nachana gama pillars, if you are stable, mukomfwa. Tatoka kwata ma middlemen ngabena shash patewa baba agrofuel abale ibirabena Zambian dalama. We won't have the mama fuel. Government will buy direct to from another government. Tatoka peri omuntu monopoly yakula bomfya tazama pipeline. Omale pisha mafuta. Akwata advantage ukuchiraba nankwe. I was chairman of the Competition Commission for 8 years in this country. I know what competition laws are about. I know what procurement laws are about. Mwapelo muntu, when you're denying other people competition, you're not competing. You're giving him an unfair advantage. Jukuchilaba nankwe. Abalist, namafuta, using amatrax, enale wonvya pipeline yeso. Tamule mchana charge na nguchimu. You think we don't know these things? Those things have to be accounted for. That we should not quite data. Fingi tuishiwe bachitalu. Ela wena Zambia, ama chushu wapita muri 4 years. Pama plan ya wena akainde na shash pacheo na agro shifio yao. They'll have to account. They'll have to explain. Using government resources, government infrastructure, but you want the fuel to be more expensive. Tulishipuba. Tuika leture tamba. Okufuma poba chitalu. We shall now move into areas of how are we going to look about after the elderly. The pension schemes. We have to change those laws. NAPSA, workman's compensation. Bonsi abat file to change. Now azeda rate tukaingira kutoka change. You can't be pressing the civil servants wale chura febeka. The men in uniform, the police, the army, the air force, everybody pay tax veka. ama teachers ever chula fena tax. We can't have that. The tax regime is too high in this country. We must change that. So in efyo ndelomba kubena Zambia. Mulelo le shama leaders aba kwete ichi monwa. Ule mitontonka njabu chilefu mapa mutima. Efyo batwalile ku skulu bakaunda no butungulushi bwabo kuyasambirira. Umunandi nango asambirire naine pamopene. Afumine pofenge chushi. Atolele pofye chushi. Tapade cho asendapo. Ala pepa basungu munandi. Ine shiba pepa basungu. Umusungu kumulunga tana fya menzo no kumweba dichita wachite. Efyo munandi afiro kuchita.
Emkwa. Idi ashimwa chumako pafiko mufimo efyo mukesa atitanga chakwati mwaisa mu butungurushi mwaka ulesa mwachanda kwa pali energy. Kamachukuma po sana. Pali kano kashitanda kaingefe tulera ndelero. Abena Zambia bale isosha pamulando wako bati tabakwete amalaiti munchende muntu bekala. Fino tulera ndambi bambeta bale tamba no kutamba iyo panta kuli amalaiti. Ubu ebwafyo bukalamba ebwechalo chimwene pamyake ya pitapo. Mukampampa na mwana no kutira ati abengi nabaruse nchito pamulando wako tamuli amalaiti mucharo. Ngamwawina ngamwapita. Ninshira nshimu ya mukampampe mukesa abomfyo kutamala chakatendeka kwa 24 hour service. Pali kwa tapali solution ya mukampampa. Pali kano kashita.
Infrastructure iya kutupela malaiti muli chino chalo. Nga hydropower twalikwata. Ama damu yengi, but we must increase those dams. And we must increase ama dams. Kulioko abame nshoko teakama in the northern circuit. Ukulinga kuluwa pula, kumuchinga, ku northern province. Kuliame nshita ya kama. Okunga kwa wechilala. Fila kama. Mule mfa? So tukatuwali ambia madamu kulia kuine. I know, wasi isi, wadi chitama studies. Aya kweba tuya chita increase some dams up to 1,000 megawatts, some dams up to 1,500 megawatts, some 700 megawatts on the Luapula side, on the northern circuit, on the Muchinga circuit. Bari bakenyo kushita invest kuteko. Why? Why? Abene wale folks to invest wa CEC mwabakani. Why? That's a private company. Government taifile ile shita invest FUUBE. No. Government ifili alekela ko. That's the enabling environment in Delandapo. Abale folks abikamo indalama malaiti mwabapela anga site yakweba ti site kutumwa bikamo malaiti. Government can only take up an equitable share. Twakula swamu ichi pantu mulebi kichi mumana wesu. Amenshina tukwata. That's hydro. Solar kuti tuachita. Umunandi alela chalo kuwe ati no nga tawika ama solar panels ifine. Solar is not very reliable. Mungu ufuikisha sana. Tualipita mwifi. Nga kwa makumbi solar taibomba wino sana. Nga kwa mfula solar taibomba wino sana. Nga kwa mpepo chafi tulukila solar taibomba wino sana. So solar can work up to a certain point, but terionzo inga womba. But if Anga Zambia must prosper, we've also done through our friends some studies. We can also go nuclear. Taturevo kupanga nuclear bomb tuakana ichalo mutende taturichalo chankondo. Tulevo kubomfia nuclear because tualikwata uranium muno. Tulevo kupanga nuclear power stations is cleaner, is more efficient, and it will give us more outage. Why can't we go and say to the EIA, no kubeba tulevo kuchitechi? We bring in the scientists. Ama sites to Abalanga. Set up nuclear power plants here. Tuto asolva yon say no kutampo export using our uranium as a nuclear thing, reactors. If you are malaiti, not if you are a bomb, if you. So there are sites which have been already identified. The UPND government has found those things. Basakana. Why? Because aka indechi de manaba dankwe. Balefo afyomu baleswa. Today, nshirefo okulanda kwati nde patulula. Today bachitalu. Abantu wale ilishani. Ku southern province ama light tale ya. Batu kukumbia ma light yale ya chinshi. Alebo mfyama politics akainde. Alefo okulanga abantu ba ku southern na limitemwa na libisakamana. Nomba natupili buli. Ngatwaye bati umuti mufipatala tutwale ku northern province kumuchinga na ku eastern province na copper belt tutwala umuti ku southern wala mfashana tonton kanyen akapatulula tuleke akapatulula tuleke filafi ineta baleshimia malaiti ku southern province nokuku ineta afiri aleshima abena Zambia chalo chinga chimo one unitary state
china malaiti aleshima ku southern province
muka eko nali yako na imwe muka eko do investigative journalism you are a journalist go there I know that muka eko I've been there nangu bakwata load shedding kulia it doesn't last more than 2 hours wera malaiti kuno no we're doing maintenance no we're doing this we're doing that sole iba bantu anikani alera ndapo akaende ichilema cannot run those mines require a constant supply of power which must be at a certain voltage sola tetikwanishe nimpanga chitwa kwa tatule onelo afite bikafa panels we should be doing farming. So all those things, not Tonkanyanga Bazambe must prosper, will come and cure those things. Ema solution to Lela Ndapo. Echo Natulande. Ngolefo okutumburu ya chino chalo, come with solutions. Ine ndemi wa ma solution. Nishile pata abantu wa ku Southern. Nandi kwa taba nandi ku Southern province. No, you wine president mu nandi. Lelo akapatulu lakena, I will not stand for it.
Ili ashida malaiti Mwalandapo. Chema kwa te mapanga ya pepi chikesa sentence itali kwa tumkesebika fonson pepi abe kada chalo bale fo ya malaiti ngalelo
imfula lesali tupela mumfo ka contradiction nine ba president balelanda tapali umuntu ukafanya ensalamu ni chino chalo because twalidi masana mataba chinshi challenge ni irrigation twalefu makuchilala takwa irrigation menshi ya kwa lesa shilingi mfula tefyo yera ina menshi ile kariba so amataba twakwata because infula yali loka ama light tukwate tulifupuba aho bachitalona imwe tatuli bayichi ba UPND wela twangasha ama light baleshitisha that's all ama light baleshitisha tapali chimbia
imwenga mwapita mkisa shani pa light baleshitisha
kube baba nensu Zambia comes first. Mfwine nalisha abana bandi muchalo chandi munganda yandi. Elo nshira mpela ko. Ngayachilapo pachipimo echo Zambia ile fwaya. Utuma mpukunya kuti nashitisha. But awena Zambia ama industries, ama mines, ama manufacturing na bashima farm bandi aba mu Zambia. They must come first. Afwile balishe chalo chandi first.
Mbate fiko mabasa indishe ntafisu minisho kuputula mfano ngabachi definishi wafya bukala mbanga
takuwa ba contract isha kwa ta exit clause takuwa ba contract eyo takuwa ba a vis major eyo mwinga bomfya fingi twinga bomfya emergency yoko hidi titabe na Zambia bale chura because akaindi wants to satisfy his friends tacha bombecho not ninka nine abena Zambia bafwile kwisa first. So short-term solution, the low-hanging fruits, nifyofine, cancel some of the contracts. Ngate ifyo bali aba nensunga bale fo kushita, wakashitema mpukunya akalasha lako. Abana bandite tubasenda memsala. Ndepela ama nebazi, takwaba. Mufyashinji. Umufyashi wa msango ifenishita musakamana. Echo ndemwewe. Umunandi tasakamana chino chalo. Asakamana